In this video lesson, we're going to be using the impossible triangle template I provided to create something that looks like this. You will find your own patterns and construct the impossible triangle and assemble it so that it fits nicely together and you have a cool impossible triangle that you can show your friends. So go ahead and open up the Inkscape file that I submitted to you, and you should see a shape that looks like this. Let's make sure we're in the correct view. So in the view menu, click on default. On the left side in your tools bars, you're going to see a paint bucket, and what you're going to do is click in the empty space of the impossible triangle and it'll fill it up. You can go ahead and move the background out of the way and highlight all of the pieces of the impossible triangle and press Ctrl G for group, or you can right click and group it that way. Let me just clean up my space here so you see what we'll be doing. Take that triangle and enlarge it to fit into the canvas space. Just like that. Duplicate it by pressing Ctrl D or right clicking and clicking on duplicate, and move that over to the right side. And then go online and search for a theme or pattern and search for 3 different themes or patterns. I happened to find Pokemon patterns because that's my interest. So I'm going to right click, copy image, and then in Inkscape I will paste it. And we can move it around. What we want to do is actually send it to the back using that button there. And if your image is smaller than one of the pieces, you're going to need to enlarge it behind it. We need to ungroup this so that we can use each piece as a clip. So I'm going to right click on group. I'm going to position this behind the impossible triangle. Right here, this option might be on your computer, so it might snap to corners like that. We don't want that, so turn that off. Next to the Z on your keyboard is the shift key, so hold that down. Click on your pattern and click on one of the pieces of the impossible triangle. Then go to the object menu and click on clip and set, and it'll cut that pattern into that shape. Repeat the process with a different pattern. So find another pattern, copy the image, paste it into Inkscape. You can use Ctrl V or go into the edit menu and paste. Okay, send that to the back. Position it wherever you think is best. Hold down Shift, select the image and the shape, object, clip, set. And repeat the process with your third image. Alright, so there's my impossible triangle with my patterns. I press Ctrl G to group it, clicking on this button so I see everything. And I want to position this in the middle and position this in the middle as well, because what I'm going to do with this object is change the outline, and you'll see what I mean in a second here. So open up the Align and Distribute menu, and this should pop up on the right side. Make sure it's relative to page, and then click on Center on Vertical Axis and then Center on Horizontal Axis. You'll see your object get centered. Do the same exact thing with the patterned one. So click those 2 options. It might be in front or behind, doesn't really matter. If it's in front, send it to the back. If it's behind, send it to the front. We want the solid one in front for right now. I'm going to close that menu. I click on this menu right here, which is for your object's colors. So that might not be open, so make sure you click here to open it up. And click on the X for no fill. Click on the fill for that. And then change my stroke style to px for pixels and make it 2. So I get that outline. Okay. You can make as many of these as you want. Fill up the page. I'm going to group both of these so that I can, make another one or 2 or 3 or 4. What I would like to see is a minimum of 3 different patterned impossible triangles on your page. I'm going to just resize this so it fits. Okay, so there should be 3 impossible triangles with a total of 1, 2, 3, 9 different patterns for each surface. Okay, go ahead and save that as impossible triangle with your initials. I'm saving that type as an Inkscape SVG. I'm going to do the same thing again, except I'm going to save it as a PDF. And those are the 2 files I'll submit onto the Google Classroom. If you get stuck or need help, let me know.